Hey everyone, this is just a short video explaining how I created my real World Cup database on FM18. Quite a few people have asked me after my simulations and experiments that I've done in recent weeks, and I've finally got around to making this. I'm not going to make this a public video on my channel, but I'll share this with anyone that's interested as an unlisted video, and I'll share it on social media once I've uploaded this. But what you need to do is you need to install the Football Manager 2018 editor. So go onto Steam. Obviously you need Football Manager 2018 as well. That goes without saying, I hope. But you open up Steam, go to your library, click on this button here. It's usually on games. Usually looks like this, but you need to go to tools, and then down here there should be Football Manager 2018 editor. Make sure you install that. If you right click, press install, it will install, and then right click and press play game, and it will open the editor for you. Make sure it's on the update version as well. That's the standard, and that's the winter update. So then, once you've got this open, you need to go to competitions, not cities, competitions. Press this, add condition, press name. It's a bit more complicated than it used to be actually on the old editors, but it's still quite simple. Type in World Cup, search for that. The top one should be World Cup. It's the highest reputation one. Here we go, World Cup. Press edit, and then what you need to do is you need to click on registered teams here. And the key thing is this number really. So this will be blank for 2018. So you could actually do the 2022 World Cup, 2026 World Cup, I believe. I've not tested it, but I presume that would work as well. So I've just blanked this just to show you what it will look like. It will look like this, but what you need to do is press add, and you'll need to press this 32 times essentially, and then you search for the nation you want to add. Press add condition name, type in Russia, and then there's Russia, and you press OK, and it's there. And then you need to put in 2018, and then I'll explain about the number in a minute. But you add all those nations and type in 2018, and that's the first step really. 1 to 32 is the key. There's 32 teams, and I've put them in order of their groups. So Russia, Egypt and Saudi Arabia and Uruguay were all in Group A, so they are number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Group B, Portugal, Spain, Morocco, Iran, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. You get what I mean. The last group was Poland, Senegal, Colombia and Japan, so their numbers 29, 30, 31 and 32. I have already uploaded this database for people, but some people might want to change this. You might want to include Holland, USA, you might want to make your own experiments, etc. This is how you do it, and you need to type in 2018 here if you want it to be the 2018 World Cup. And it's as simple as that really. I don't think there's a way to get the correct fixture order. That is something we weren't able to get sorted. So in the group stages, we didn't have Russia versus Saudi Arabia in the first game. You might have done, I think it was randomised, but I don't think there's a way. I did fiddle around with changing these numbers, so making Russia number 3, etc., to try and see if that would change the fixtures. It didn't, but this is the best I can do. And thank you for the support on the experiments and downloads of this. It's very much appreciated. But that's about it. You then just need to press save editor data, save it as a file, rename the file, and then when you load up Football Manager, you need to make sure that's ticked. Shall I show you that? I probably should. So when you start a new save, just do the usual stuff. But here, up here, this is the database that you're using. So using the update, the winter update, this is the key thing. You need to make sure, let me just untick all these things. You need to make sure Real World Cups, that's what I've named it, Real World Cup 2018 is ticked. And then when you start a new save, that should be working. You should have the real 2018 World Cup in place. Now a tip to start, this is what I've already explained previously, but a tip to start right at the start, well, as close to the tournament as possible, you've got the options of Brazil, or I tend to select Iceland. So if you load up the Iceland League and you click on game start date, you then can select the 7th of May 2018. So it's before the World Cup starts, and it's before all the World Cup squads are selected as well. So that would be my tip for starting just before the World Cup. And that's it. I hope you found that interesting. This is just a private video, so you don't need to like it, but if you want to like it, you can. It won't make much difference. But thank you once again for your support on the channel recently, for all the views on my experiments and on the World Cup simulation experiment, etc. If there's any other tutorials you want me to make, then I can do. I might get around to making a proper editor tutorial again. I did one. It was one of my first ever videos back on FM12. The editor hasn't actually changed that much since, but I sound so different. back then to now. It's bizarre really watching that, because it's got 174,000 views. People still use it, and I just sound like a completely different person. But anyway, until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.